Rising tensions between the United States and Saudi Arabia. The Saudi government threatening to sell off billions of dollars in U.S. assets if America passes a bill that would allow families of those killed in the 9/11 attacks to sue the Saudi Arabian government. With me now, Fox News national security analyst KT McFarland. KT, great to see you as always. So what should we do? I mean, we're essentially, this is an attempt at blackmail, for lack of a better term.
Absolutely. Well, here's the problem with it. I mean, number one, there are 28 pages of the September 11th Commission report. They've been classified for 10 years. People have always thought that in those 28 pages is the smoking gun. The connection, where did the money come from? Where did the seed money come from Al-Qaeda and the September 11th Commission? I mean, September 11th attacks. The thought was always it was part of the Saudi royal family. It's a large family, it's very wealthy, and there are some members of it who subscribe to radical Islam, who believe in ISIS, who believe in Al-Qaeda, who believe in the caliphate and destruction of Western civilization. But the Saudi government has never shut it down. They knew that it was there. They've never turned it down. They've always looked a blind eye.
Even if it's just 1% of their population, it's there, it's powerful, and it's funded.
Absolutely, and it's where the money comes from. And we've always sort of looked the other. They pretended they don't know anything about it, and we pretended to believe them. Why? We had to, because of the oil, because of the interest that we had in the Middle East. Well, that's all changed now. And for the Saudis to come to us and say, essentially, we're going to economic blackmail. If you do anything about this, we're going to pull the debt. Well, guess what? If they pull the debt, then and they get away with it. Or if they don't pull the debt because we give in, the Chinese are going to do the same thing. The Russians
That is a great point, because China owns about 7% of our debt.
Yeah.
Japan is very friendly to us. We have no reason to fear that they would start selling. But 10% of our debt is held, and I actually made this list. So Ecuador, Venezuela, Iran, Iraq, Libya, you put that 10% with China's 7%. Saudi Arabia's 1%, you start to talk about real money.
Well, but you also start to talk about economic blackmail that we'll never get out from. Once you start paying blackmail, you pay it forever. And so that's why I think we go to the Saudis and say, come clean with us, let the chips fall where they may, and understand that you need us a whole lot more than we need you right now.
Especially with oil dropping as it had at least last year. Yep.
Yeah.
So, KT, I want to ask you, since we're on the topic of international tension, Russia not only buzzing some of our naval warships, as we talked about last week in the Baltic Sea, but we're showing this video now, these Russian fighter jets getting very close to Air Force jets. I mean, they are just provoking and provoking. Actually, KT, you said this would happen, something like 6 months ago. You said in the last months of the President Obama's administration, every single bad actor was just going to come out and see what they could get away with. Unfortunately, you're right. You're used to it, but you're right.
Well, and the problem with the Russian thing is that we could slip into an accidental war that nobody wants. I mean, they buzzed so close. There was like a first
like an attack formation, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was 30 feet, not 30 yards, 30 feet, 10 yards away. So one big wave, and the battleship would have moved a little bit, one little wind gust, and the wing of that airplane we would have bumped into each other and potentially been in a conflict situation.
But the frequency seems concerning. I mean, we were just talking about the Baltic Sea 4 days ago. Now we're talking about airspace. Iran also showing its military might. We know that Russia sold them missiles that, quite frankly, as I understand it, Russia was not supposed to sell them.
Correct.
They sold them anyway. And Iran now having basically a parade to show them off. What should the administration be doing now?
Well,
anything.
At this point, what Iran now has is the ability to make nuclear weapons, make missiles that can carry nuclear weapons, and nobody can stop that program. The Israelis can't bomb them.
That was quick, right?
It was a state-of-the-art air defense system that now the Iranians have exactly what they want, and they're going on their merry way. I mean, we gave them everything, right? They've got the money, the signing bonus, so to speak. They're having their weapons program, their missile program, world approval, and all the countries, particularly of Europe, they're rushing to Tehran to do business with Iran.
Yeah, indeed. All right, KT. I don't know. We'll talk about China.
And it gets worse. Here's my prediction, that Russia will make some more moves, China will make some more moves, Iran will make some more moves, and who knows what the Saudis are going to do. But it gets worse in the next 9 months. All
right. We need to get you back to D.C., get you in. Thank you, KT.
Thank you.
KT McFarland with me there.